Check out this awesome zero-tick farm from Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. With this farm, you'll be able to generate over 2,000 Bonemeal an hour. This is going to be awesome, so make sure you have all the materials you see on the screen now. Now that we're ready, drop the curtains and let's begin. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is map out a chunk, and don't worry, it is not difficult. If we don't map out the chunk, we risk building it on a chunk border, and that will break our farm completely. You do not want that. You can use my Discord bot that I developed. It's called ChunkBot. So let's copy our coordinates and go over to Discord. All we do now is type /chunk with our X and Y coordinates, and then the bot provides us with all 4 chunk corners. We copy each and place the block at that location, and then we can just connect them all across, and now you have your chunk mapped out. The link for ChunkBot will be in the description. Alright, so once you have your chunk mapped out, you want to pick a random corner, so 1, 2, 3, 4 aquí. We'll go to this one. On the corner, you want to go out by 3, so we have 1, 2, and 3. You'll place a block just like that, and for clarification, you should have your chunk already mapped out before you're starting, okay? So I explained in the beginning of the video, use ChunkBot and map out your entire chunk, and then come back to this part. So it's going to be diagonal out by 3, including the border, so 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to go to the left by 11 for a total of 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You want to bring this out by 2, so 1, 2, total for 3, and you want to do the same thing on that side. We can bring it out by 2, 1, 2, and then just connect it across. This should be another 10 blocks that you just connected. On top of the blocks in the back here, you want to place sticky pistons. So just like this, run your sticky pistons all the way. It should be a total of 10 sticky pistons. And just so you guys can see, that's what it looks like from behind. The next thing we can do is grab our sand and place 10 sand in the front of the sticky pistons, but not like this because it'll fall. You want to put it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like that. You can then wrap this around by another 3. So 1, 2, 3. Do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3. And then we can actually extend this up by 1. So all we have to do is just drag this all the way out, and that's another 12 blocks that we just did. Match it on this side, and then we can also match it on this side. So now everything should look just like this. We have 1, 2, 3 blocks going up. These are our sticky pistons. In front, we have the sand. And then we could just place 10 more blocks filling this in. Now what we can do is come to the right of our build, count 1, 2, and 3, and then come out by 1. So skipping this one, we'll place 2 chests just like that. Should be 1 block away from the build. Behind the chest, we can take a hopper and run this hopper into that chest, and then this hopper into that chest, and then all you have to do from here is just line that all the way up. So what we'll do is we'll just place more hoppers trailing all the way to the edge just like this, but we're not going to go all the way over here. So now your hoppers should all be going down to the chest. Just to make sure that everything's connected, I'll throw an item into the hopper, and that item will go all the way into the chest, and any moment, there we go. Now we know it's working because the item went to the chest. Alright, so once you have your double chest placed, come over here to the left and take your composter and place it on top of the hopper, but not literally, because if you do, look, you'll open it, so you got to place it on the sand, and then it'll be on top of the hopper. Do that all the way across, just like this, nice and simple. Then go on top of your composters and place the hopper. To do that, you just want to, jump with a crouch, and that works. So do this all the way across, and then just these 2. So now we got the top row of hoppers going into the composters going into the bottom row of hoppers, and those bottom row of hoppers going into the double chest. And when we throw a kelp inside of these hoppers, or multiple kelp, we'll hear it like turn into Bonemeal mix. So if you throw enough into them, it'll eventually make Bonemeal, and it will go into this double chest, okay? Alright, so now we can go to the left part of our build right here and raise this up by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Right over here, we can fill this in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just fill this in like so. So now you have a 3 by 3 little wall over here. We'll do the same thing on this side, and just like that, both sides are raised by 3 and then by 3. Okay, so now what we can do right here is fill this in. So place 1 more row of blocks just like this, and take your pistons on top of these blocks. So there should be sticky pistons, 1, 2, and then your pistons, okay? So don't get this wrong. Sticky pistons, 1, 2, piston. And then make those go all the way across, and this will be 10 pistons. So now you got your 10 pistons going all the way across. What we can do now is just fill this in like so, and then everything should look just like this. What we can do is bring this out by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, and then just cross this over for a ceiling. So just like this, we'll bring this all the way across. And we can actually fill this top layer in as well. So we'll just do this like that. So now everything should look like this. You have your ceiling covering right here. Now let's bring this down all the way. So we'll place 3 blocks just like that. And on the right, we'll do the same thing. 1, 2, and 3. We can fill this in with glass pane. So to do that, just place the glass pane there and do it all the way across. So just like that, and then the bottom layer as well. Now the whole thing there should be filled with glass panes. Just to show you, it should be on the hoppers. I see a lot of people, they place it here, so don't do that. Place it here on top of the hoppers. Let's go to the left part of the build. Place 1 ladder here, going all the way to the top for 6. Just like so. Don't place any ladders on this part of your build because we might need to go in here later on. Okay, coming to the back side, what we want to do is place a row of blocks under these extended sticky pistons. So these are extended sticky pistons and these are sticky pistons. Bit of a tongue twister for me. Go ahead and place your blocks just like this, going all the way across. You can do the same thing on this side, just like that. Then place a block going diagonal like that. On this side, you can do the same thing. Then on the top here, bring that out by 1. On the bottom one here, we're going to place it diagonal. So to do that in survival, you just want to place your redstone torch here, your redstone torch here, come up on the ladder, and then crouch, and then place a block just like that. That way you don't have to place any temporary blocks or break anything. So should look just like that. And then take your redstone torch, aim it at the ceiling of that block, and then you'll place it there. So you have a redstone torch, and a redstone torch. Before we connect all the rest of our redstone, we want to go ahead and make a clock circuit. So this is the front of the build. We can place a block here, here, and here. It makes a little Mickey Mouse shape. Take your lever, place it here, and flick it down. Make sure your lever's flick down. Take your repeater into that block facing that way on no tick. So just place it as it is. Place a redstone dust here, and then take a redstone torch and place it right here. Okay, so you have a redstone dust, redstone torch, and then you have your repeater going that way. And here's your lever. If you flick it up, it'll create a clock circuit. So flick that down, make sure the clock circuit is not ticking. Bring this all the way over here, just like this. So you have it going for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then trail it all the way across. Once it's trailed all the way across like that, we can then go ahead and do the same thing at the top. You might have to climb the ladder if you're in survival. Just like this, you can bring your redstone all the way across, and then don't forget to place a redstone torch right here. All right, so this is how everything should look on the backside. I've seen a lot of people make mistakes right here before, so make sure you have a redstone torch there, there, and there, okay? We have a redstone dust up top, but not down here. Break these 2 blocks real quick to make sure your sand didn't fall down. If your sand fell down, then that means you just did your redstone wrong or it ticked wrong. Doesn't mean your build's wrong, it just means it kind of messed up, but that's okay. Remember that your sand should be behind these composters, okay? If your sand fell down, then your build's not going to work once we get everything going. All right, now at the top of our build, place your trapdoors just like this. So we have trapdoors going all the way across. So you have your trapdoors going all the way across. Go ahead and open one of the trapdoors, and you could just come down into your build like this. Close that trapdoor. Right on top of these extended sticky pistons, place your sand, okay? So you have sand going all the way across, but make sure these are extended. If not, go back and double check that you did your redstone correct. All right, so now you have your sand going all the way across. Place a sign here, and then place a sign on this side as well. Go ahead and take your water and waterlog it into those trapdoors. And to do that, you're gonna hold down shift and then place it right on this block. And you're gonna do the whole thing all the way across. So shift, place it on that block, vice versa, all the way around. Once you have your water trailing all the way across, we can grab our kelp and then just place 1 kelp on each sand. And now we have our kelp going all the way across. We don't have to do anything else in here. We could just simply swim out, open the trapdoor, and then we could just get out like that. All right, and before we turn this build on, let me mention a few things. You don't want to leave this build alone running. So that means if I were to flick this lever and I went outside of this border, there is a possibility that my sand starts falling, my kelp starts breaking, and then that just turns into a process. You also don't want to log out when this is running. If I were to just like leave my world right now while that was running, the same thing could happen. So treat the chunk that we mapped out as a little safeguard, and when this is on, stay inside of it, and when it's off, you can roam out. All what's left for us to do now is flick this lever up. Once we flick that lever up, we will see our kelp starts getting produced. Massively, we get a bunch of kelp going into these composters, and then instantly we almost get a bunch of bone meal. This has only been on for 10 seconds and we already have 10 bone meal. Just like that, you will see it rapidly increase. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Consider subscribing and leaving a like on this video. If you have any questions, jot it down in the comment section below. Join our Discord server to become a part of an everlasting mending community today. As always, bye-bye.
Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's faking now. Yeah, she hates me now. I made mistakes, but now I don't